Everyone. We are live right now on the Relationships Podcast. And the name of this show is called Are You For Real Though? And this is episode, I would say, number 6. And let's name our panel and y'all introduce yourselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Leslie, and the show is called Are You For Real?
All
Yes.
right, everyone. I am, of course, Sweet Mama G, baby.
Okay.
I'm Baldy E.
And our guest today we have
Hi, I'm Brandi E.
awesome. We got 2
Hey,
E's in
Brandi.
the building.
Hey,
Welcome, Brandi E.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. Okay, so usually with the show, we always
And the
have
name of the show is
Are you
Are
for
You-
real, though?
Are You For Real?
yes indeed.
All right.
So let's get it started. Hold up, I had to change that banner over. Okay, so as we move on, hold up, let me get the one section, the comment section ready for those who want to comment. Okay, so usually we have Sweet Mama kicking it off, and we're gonna do it again this week. So you go ahead,
All right.
Sweet Mama Trouble.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to our relationship show. So, in the beginning of each relationship show, we always rate our feelings from 1 to 5, 5 being your absolute best. So, I'm going to do a round robin. We want to do a warm and sticky check in. So, from 1 through 5, Miss Leslie, how do you feel tonight?
I feel like Stephanie Mills. I feel good. I feel good all over.
All right, you feel
Uh-oh.
taken. So what's your rating? 1 through 5, darling. Give us your rating.
5.
Okay. Miss Brandi.
First, thanks for having me on, and I think my rating would be a 5 as well.
Okay. Baldy E.
I'm all the way turned up. I'm a 5.
Okay, 5 with a little static on the side. We hear you. And Concretes, how are you feeling? You're looking
I
minty
am,
fresh.
yeah, I knew you was gonna say something about because my yellow shirt. Next time I'm gonna wear a yellow shirt and a yellow hat with some yellow
Do
teeth.
what you gotta do. Whatever you can give me them ratings. Whatever gonna give me them ratings, darling. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm feeling the 5 these days, cuzzy.
Okay, listen. Love when
Yeah.
people are 5s
I'm
and
here for
that's
it.
for your mental health. You know,
Yeah.
you're trying to be sexual chocolates over there. So we understand your plight with the 5.
Mint
So
and
welcome.
chocolate, honey.
Yes, honey.
Oh, so y'all
Simply
got
10,
them.
thank you for joining us. Yes, we're glad you are back. Everybody, make sure you come over to YouTube, Street Tactic Radio, and see our relationship show. We're on and popping.
Yes.
So DJ Concrete, are you able to pull up our video?
Oh, you gonna put me on the spot like that?
I love that. Yes.
Actually, I couldn't pull up the video yet. So you're gonna kill me,
Okay.
cuzzy. But I know you got a backup for that, right?
So
That's
we
my
may
cousin right
have
there.
some technical difficulty. So what we want to go into a topic from last Friday to this Friday. We have lived our lives 7 days full of antics, work, getting that money, getting whatever you getting during the week.
Right.
How has your potential love life been from Friday to Friday? Any progress from 1 to 5? Baldy, come on, because hey, I know. What you being shady? What you doing?
We're doing double zeros.
Oh, I know what was going on. I know there was double boobies or double Z. I know you was zooming into that boobies or what you was doing.
It's double zeros. Ain't no change.
We gotta get better if it's no change. Come on, Miss Leslie. You're looking highly intelligent and blessed and favored in the front.
I'm boo loving on myself. I'm still boo loving on me.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Child, I just ordered me some equipment to boo level myself for massage therapy purposes. But go ahead. You don't know it's hard times.
Yes, it is.
Miss Brandi, hello.
Hello, dear.
So, what's going on with you? We're not gonna leave you out.
So mine has gotten from a 2 to a 5 this week. So I would definitely be like, yeah, we on like firecracker status up over here.
Okay.
Loving it.
That's a good
That's
thing.
what's up.
We may ask you for some tips a little later on the show because it's all lukewarm and toy buying and massage therapy and purchasing. The Amazon Prime did us good this week for some of us who need an extra discounts on additional equipments. So I thank Amazon Prime Jeff Bezos so much. So much. The crew, we love Amazon to keep us busy in our mind. So
Yeah.
I love how Concrete is trying to ignore me as if I'm not going to go to him. I'm Concrete. Boom. There you go.
Okay, so your question was your question was
From last Friday to this Friday, how is your potential love life going? Any potential?
my potential love life is I'm celibate. That means it's baseball
What you selling
season
for?
and I sell a bat. So I'm
Okay.
celibate.
Is
Okay.
that bad
Okay.
swinging?
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I
Ain't
ain't
nothing
lying.
wrong with it. I
Depending.
mean,
Okay. So before we get in our main topic and get into what Brandi, but everybody, this is our Brandi. She's our guest. So I have a scenario that happened this week, and I want your opinion of what someone
Wait a
should
minute,
do.
sweet mama.
Yes.
You didn't say if your situation has changed
Yeah.
since
Didn't I just
last
told you
week.
I was on Amazon Prime and I bought me some massage equipment? What that mean? That means I'm
That
going
might
to
have
see a
been.
therapist.
Wait a minute, that could have been for a partner.
Self therapy.
Did you build the
No.
man?
I'm sorry.
Did you build the man?
you don't have to
Tommy
build
did.
them.
Did you
You
build
don't
the
have to
man?
build
Had
them.
to. I'm gonna be in that metaverse. Y'all better leave me alone.
You
You
probably
don't
did.
have to
She
build
built
them.
that
You can
man.
get them for like 2,000.
No, I'm
Dang.
good. No.
We
Shouts
buying
out.
I
people
got
now?
too many bills and upcharges to be building somebody like that. I can get little things here and there. I'm too busy. Okay.
Before we step on, shouts out to Yes Gang TV for checking in. Shouts out to Barbara Fresh. Shouts out to
BJ.
Simply 10.
Hey,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
So I have a
Okay.
scenario that happened this week, and I want your honest opinion of what that person should do.
Okay.
So, because I do counseling and therapy and listen to different things. So I'm gonna give you a scenario, but I'm gonna put myself in place of the person. Say I met this guy through online dating, maybe about a week or so ago. And we're talking, we're having conversation. We'll talk about going out, we talk about dating, doing some things. He's in the 50 and over, no, I'm sorry, 40 and over club, so a mature gentleman, no kids at home. So, we talk about going out the weekend. Okay, scenario. So during the week, this gentleman asked this woman if he could borrow $10 via Cash App to get some lunch, and he would cash back her $20. Now, I remind you, they've never been intimate. Remember, intimacy we talked about last week. Never been intimate. She didn't get no shake 'em up goods or nothing from him. They had never met in person, only phone. Do you think she should have given the man $10 on his way to work because he was hungry?
Nope.
And get that $20 back.
Nope.
My answer to that.
No, Eve, but I mean, okay, go on and explain. Go and explain, Eve. We're gonna let you go first, and we're gonna hear from the ladies because Miss Leslie like, girl, bye.
I say hell no. I say hell no. I mean, you haven't met them. There's no guarantee you're gonna get the money back. This isn't somebody that you already know is just down on their luck or anything like that. And I mean, really, in this climate, what's $10 gonna buy you?
He wanted some Wendy's.
What do you want? Frosty? I mean,
I don't know.
what's he going? I mean, but why would he ask you for $10 and don't know you?
Because he
And expect for
hungry. He
you
wants
to.
some Wendy's.
Okay, he got family, other
Okay.
friends. I mean, I'm not saying. I say hell no.
Okay. Then I'm gonna give you. I didn't give you the full part, but I'm gonna give you this part. Then I'm gonna give y'all the after part. Miss Leslie, go ahead, boy.
Well, I would tell him, go post up on Martin Luther King and Pennsylvania Avenue with the Squeegee Boys, and he'll get his lunch money.
He might get beat up, but okay. Um,
Dana Dane said, "Why E?" And then she said, $5 biggie bag. She'll give him a $5 biggie bag.
I say don't give him that even. I mean, you don't know that man.
Barbara Fresh said no.
See,
Brandi, our guest.
I'm with everybody else because they say you tell a person, teach a person how to treat you, right? So if you start that now, it's only gonna continue.
Okay.
So
I like that answer. So,
well, hold on, we missing somebody. Concrete.
oh no, we got him. So, Concrete, what would you do? What would you instruct your sisters? Because you have a lot of sisters and cousin on this line, and Miss Leslie and Miss Brandi.
What would you tell us to do?
What you tell us to do?
Should y'all buy the guy something to eat?
Should I cash app him $20?
No, we never met him. Should we just go ahead and cash app him $10?
No, don't cash app no $10. Don't, I would say no. Definitely no.
Right.
And then also another thing as well is that these days, you gotta watch out giving out your cash app anyway.
that part.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these dudes that's supposed to be little slick head dudes be really slick, and they'll get your money. You see what I'm saying? So
God bless them. They trying to get some of my coins. God bless them.
But here's the other thing too. Now that we're talking about this, y'all know that I always say, and I think somebody might need to turn their radio or phone down just a little bit.
Baldy E. Here's got some static.
Okay.
That ain't me. I'm not even saying
I think it's Brandi. You have something playing in the background, Brandi? Like a TV or something.
Okay. I mean, I talk a lot of trash to y'all on this show, and a lot of times I mean it. It ain't trash. But to my point is that it's hard out here for y'all women to find a good man. And I feel bad for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually hard out here for a man to find a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because these women out here don't know nothing about duties, and then they want to fight over the word duties.
Well, it wasn't that person's duty to give anybody $10 of their hard-earned money. How
you're right.
This is my thing with that. Explaining to the person, how is that man going to take you here and take you there if he ain't got $10 to get him?
Exactly.
Guess what? We all have to budget and learn. Go get you some luncheon meat from the Food Lions or whatever, Giants, whatever's in your local area. Make you some sandwich, some chips, and do what you need to do. But to ask a woman you've never met, even for women to ask a man, I'm not gonna say flip it. Women ask a man, "Oh, can you let me light bill grant?" And people have done that. People tired. We don't have no money. We trying to, don't want to get no PPP loans to go to jail. So it's a lot out here that's going on. It's not the first time I've heard that scenario. I had a guy, and I told Baldy, he was pissed at me. He asked me for $3. I said, "What that $3?" I'm like, "What is you gonna do with $3?"
The fee costs more than that.
I'm like, okay, maybe you shouldn't have got that Cadillac truck, and then you got that Cadillac car. You work for the government. You live in grandma's basement. You need to not go get your hair cut. I mean, you got the budget. Don't ask me for no
priorities.
You must be a $3 hoe. I don't pay for $3 hoes. I don't pay for nobody at all.
Dana Dane said that scammers.
Yep.
And that's true.
Yep.
And then, and she also said, I'm keeping count of how many times Concrete
Yeah,
says
say
duties. Oh,
duties. Ain't nobody thinking
see,
about him.
y'all, I actually, for some reason, y'all feelings be hurt when I say duties.
Ain't no
And you know
feelings hurt. We
something?
just ain't listening to you.
You know what? I just thought about something.
Say it.
I just thought about something.
Say
And
it.
and you know what? Let me
Say
see if
it.
I can make it happen while we talking. I'm gonna
Make
see
it
if I
happen
can make it
now.
happen while we talking. All right. Y'all, matter of fact, I need for my son. Matter of fact, no, just watch. I'm gonna type y'all up in a minute. Keep on, Cuzzy, because I
I
know you
don't
got
care,
some
Quan,
gossip.
saying whoever you want to say, you need an arm. We tell you other little homeboys, come on in here. We got them.
That's all right. Watch, I'm
All
about
right.
to make this call. I'm about to
Make
make
it.
this call. Y'all keep on running y'all mouth while
But
I'm
it's
Well,
doing
so
this.
let's
hard
talk
for
about
women.
surviving a heartbreak, a breakup.
Hey, why don't y'all
No,
come
that's not what it is.
on?
We're talking about building a person
On a
before we can get to
relationship
the heartbreak, Miss Leslie. We got
podcast
to
Build
build a
on
bear.
street
Well, I thought
tactics
we was gonna get
on YouTube. So
our
y'all
video
come
to
on over here
play.
so y'all can get
So
in
the
on it.
video that was played on social media is our DJ listener? The video that was played on social media that we're waiting for our technical supervisor, Concrete, to put up was in reference to another
Duties.
podcast. And on a podcast, they discussed women need to stop thinking they can build a man. We're not going to say the word he used, the N word. Build a man
A
because there's no
unicorn.
Superman. Women want a man that got a big equipment. He got to have money. He got to be fit. He got to be fine. He got to have all his teeth. He got to be walking. He got to have a car. He got to have a house. He got to have all these things. He said it's fictitious to think that women can build this Superman and a man going to come
Going
with
over to YouTube.
everything
Street
without
tactics video.
working on it or getting it together.
I
Do
got a
you all
question.
think that women have this fictitious thought in their mind of all these things they say they want and they keep chasing the dream, but they never get it because, or they stay lonely and single because they're chasing after that perfect man? Build a dude, like build a bear. Y'all comments.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this. Hold up. Somebody might have to turn something
That's
down.
you. It's you.
There so you go. See, delusional.
No, it was you.
Why is it me?
No, because your thing vibrates when we look at it, so it was you.
Yeah, it was me talking, but somebody has. Hey, Ning. Hey, baby sis.
Come on in,
Anyway,
Dean. Call that
let me
number
let me.
470-493-9928. Get them.
Yeah. So look, here's the thing. That's one thing for sure that a lot of y'all women keep doing. Y'all keep trying to build a dude. Y'all put together like before y'all get finished, y'all been said 18 different things that y'all going, and then y'all brag to men that y'all about to leave. Yeah, my next man gonna have this 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all gonna end at 18 with all these different things, right? And then what'll happen is the dude y'all end up with only got 2 of them.
Or none of them.
Exactly. Trying to hurt the man saying all this stuff, but then y'all bring this dude around, Simon or whoever, and then he got like 2 of the things that y'all talking about.
Man,
Explain
you
that,
know his
cuz.
name ain't Simon. It's like Saquon or something like
Right,
that.
Oh,
right,
Lord.
right. So name that, cuz.
I'm
No
sorry.
job.
Matter
No
of fact, no.
job.
Go ahead,
No
Brandy.
place to live.
Yes, Brandy. You better get off
Yes,
me.
we're
Come
gonna
on,
give it to
Brandy.
the guest. Yes,
Yeah.
get
So
that guest.
I think that's a double-sided sword, right? Because here's the problem with that. The men, and I'ma just generalize it because I don't think it's every man. They want to see the woman with the bubble butt and the big breasts, with the snatch waist, with the hair down to her ankles and whatnot, right? Because that's what y'all looking at. Y'all oohing and eyeing and whatnot, right? So then what ends up happening is you got the women that's out here trying to look like that to please you. And then y'all don't end up with the woman that look like that. Y'all end up with somebody in a house coat with her hair pulled up on top of her head
Doing
with
her
her house
duties.
slippers on, who
Doing
got a
duties.
waist and a fupa. So I'd say to the women, because I was one of them, I'm like, okay, he got the first thing I look at is height and teeth. That's me. Like the
See,
rest
she's talking
of
about
it,
the teeth.
like we can work with it. I'll work with you. You know what I mean? We all could be on a come up as long as you on my level or you trying to get to where I'm trying to get, we good. But the minute I feel like I have to come down off my throne to address your like shortcomings, then we gonna have a problem.
Well, let me ask you
So
this,
it's
Miss
not
You
Brandy.
that
know what,
women are
Brandy?
trying
Let me
to
I
let me
build.
let me
I like it
hold
that
on.
you talked about the teeth thing
Yes.
because we had a big discussion about teeth, and a lot of people felt like it wasn't that important. They felt like, oh, teeth. People don't have money for teeth, and they almost crucified me for that. They
Now, teeth is a
crucified me for the
very,
teeth.
I don't care who you are, teeth is very important because teeth it's for heart health. You can't have
Oh,
all that yuck mouth and your problems. And let me tell you something. I actually dated a dude that he started off as a serious yuck mouth. And I was like, wait, we wanted to get that fixed. But then let me tell you what turned me off. The fact that he had to pull them out in order to, uh moisturize. We got that's a problem too. I shouldn't know that you have to pull your stuff out in order for you to like munch. Like, no, I shouldn't have to hear that. So, oral hygiene is very important. You cannot have people walking around here with bad heart because all of that leads to the heart. And you want me to take care of
I
you.
like Brandy. See, I like
At the end of
Brandy.
the day, nah, nah.
Okay, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, your mouth has to be healthy
It has
in
to be
order for
healthy.
the
You
rest of
transferring that to me.
yeah, because that plaque that's in your mouth that's making your teeth fall out is the same plaque that's in your veins and messing up your heart.
Very
Boy,
much
it
so.
sound it. You
So
know what?
Plaque equals bacteria
It
vaginosis.
sound real
Yep.
different
yeah,
today.
Y'all said
It
y'all
sound
teeth don't
real
matter. Some of
different.
y'all on this panel said
okay.
teeth don't matter.
Who said
Wait
that?
a minute. It
Some of y'all on
sound
this
real.
panel.
I'm gonna tell you, it sound real different today because I
Yes, it
swear,
does. They
because
they
I
their
could have
favorite.
sworn.
Because we
I
talk about hygiene. You remember
I
you
said I
clarified it. Hygiene.
Well, let me
because
ask
the
y'all this.
hygiene.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. Since we on that, okay, you was talking about
Thank
the
you,
teeth.
yes, gang.
You was
Right,
talking about the teeth, right?
Right.
right.
Now, look, I ain't hating or nothing like that. I mean, I ain't the shortest of God, but I'm now also not the tallest. What the heck do the height have to do with anything?
Like climb the tree.
That's
Oh,
to each
Really?
his own.
I seen a whole bunch of tall ass bums out here.
It's a lot of short one. I mean, some women like. For me, I
That's
like
to each
different
his
type of
own.
men. I like tall men. I like short men. I like men with locks. I like bald men. I like light men. I'm not a one size fit all for me because I've dated men shorter than I was, but they could pick my fluffy self right up over their heads, and that was exciting. So you can't judge a book by its cover.
No.
A lot of times with me, it's more of a chemistry, a feeling. I like somebody that can make me laugh, somebody that can trigger my brain, someone who give me that connected energy we talked about. It's not always about the look because I don't want to buy. I don't listen. It doesn't. I don't matter how they look because as I've gotten older, my looks have faded. I'm still fine for 49. Those
Right.
Yeah.
things will fade. That person going to be able to take care of me, love me unconditionally, want to
push
be
you in a
my friend.
wheelchair.
Yeah, gonna wipe me because I got a whole lot of bonky. We're gonna call it bonky today. um is that person compatible with me? And when I feel that energy, I'm still at a no. I haven't found anybody to one match the energy that I'm trying to give out positively in my life. So now I'm single to the 35 49 power because as they say, putting an interview in the app in application, I don't need somebody that's not gonna match the energy. And I don't feel like building a bear. I don't go to build a bear stores, building FYI, Home Depot, that ain't me. It's too much.
Mhm.
I don't have that type of energy because I don't have no duties and I ain't got no money that I'm sitting home. I can sit home. So before we go into the rest, I want to introduce Brandi, our guest. I'm going to let her um, continue to introduce herself and what she does. And then we're going to go in. There was a reason why she was asked to be a guest. You won't get it in the beginning, but as you go along, as we ask more questions, um, we will explain because we like to have diversity on our show. So, Miss Brandy, you have the floor now.
Well, like I said, my name is Brandi. My last name is Edinburgh, so just call me E, Brandi E. I am a hairstylist. I own Diva Dolls and Dudes, a hair salon suite in Columbia, Maryland. Um, and I was asked to come on the show because I have introduced my body line. So, body butter, body oil, hair, scalp oils, as well as shampoos and conditioners.
Well,
So,
Wow.
congratulations on your business.
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
so much. I've
Congrats.
been here 6 years and I'm still going, so
M-
I'm
Major
thankful for
congrats.
it.
So,
Yeah.
besides your body butters, your line, your salon diva dolls and dude, what else are you considered as your profession and your specialty?
I am a trichologist, so I study the scalp and hair follicle. So as we mature, because I was told nothing gets old but clothes and shoes, um, I am the person you come to when you're balding or you're thin, um, or for whatever reason, like your hair's just falling out because of stress. My products as well as my knowledge help with regrowing of that services.
Right. So, as we've all become seasoned individuals, just getting into some of the natural lines, brandy products have a lot of natural ingredients in it, which is connection. We talk about self esteem because we're all trying to hold on to our looks. As women have thinning hair, and I can tell my testimony, hereditary. I have thinning hair as a female in the fronts.
Ditto.
Miss Brandy was a person I met through someone else who never took care of her hair and wore a wig, so I didn't understand. But
Lord.
that person, mom, attended the salon or utilized Brandy as her stylist, her hair stylist. I was mad at Brandy for several times, telling me I couldn't bleach my hair because of my hair follicles. A lot of that has to do with your health, understanding how your hair, as we've aged as men and women, are affected. Her
Yeah,
products
definitely.
are based not just only for African Americans, but for all populations. She has a diverse salon, so it's not
Very.
just natural center for African Americans. I've seen all different walks of individuals pass me by when my appointment would come up. I like that her salon is very sanitized, which is, those of us who are still in the COVID world, sanitize, always clean, always have the products available. And that some of those products, as I read along, can be used on your personal body and can be
Yes,
used
ma'am.
on intimate moments. So, as we talk about developing intimacy from our topic from last week when we had only Diva, Miss D last week. We talk about intimacy, not only just the sexual act, but getting to know someone and caressing. So I want for Brandy to talk about her products. So I had a couple of questions in reference to that, and you all can chime in as well. So, Baldy, do you have any questions for Brandy?
No, not at this time. I like it that she brought up the teeth thing. I appreciate that because I swear, I mean, it just sounds different coming from a woman versus a man. The man got jumped on. I don't understand why, but I mean,
You know how that be, Baldy E. Come on now.
I see concrete. I mean, concrete,
Yes, sir.
concrete.
You know how
Yes,
people
sir.
Oh,
just
okay.
pulling your legs and your arms,
You
So
Baldy.
know how
you
You
these, you
know,
know
saying
how these women be in their duties and jumping on us,
You
and
go.
we
right?
emotional. One day we one way, another day we another way.
oh, don't I know? Don't I know? Don't
So,
I know?
Miss Leslie, do you have any questions for Brandy at this time?
Um, hmm. You have products to get you in the mood.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So, what's actually funny about that is the first batch of body butters I made, someone said to me, like, I like the smell, lick me all over. So, can you make one with that smell? So, actually did actually make them. So, They help aid. I would definitely say that the stimulation, the mint will definitely help aid in getting that person relaxed and in the mood. Yeah.
Okay. So they
So,
good for like you. So do you have like massage oils? Because I like giving massages and receiving them. Okay, yeah,
Right
girl.
here, Bill.
okay. What is that called,
Yeah.
Miss Brandi?
She on
That
point.
is the body rose hemp oil.
Mhm.
Okay.
So the I have two rose hemp oils. One is for the scalp, so it contains vitamin A, D, and E. And the one for the body doesn't have E in it because the body, you don't want to grow hair on the body. So we put A and D in, and we also added a little bit more mint to give it that stimulation, that cooling feeling, so that it helps set the mood.
Okay.
So, can I ask a question? Piggyback off Miss Leslie's question. So, with that getting you in the mood, can you put that on the actual private part of a person?
I'm gonna tell you external use only, but put it close and then blow.
Blow,
Close and blow.
blow,
Put it close and then blow.
Blow.
blow
Blow
like
your
blow
breath
or blow.
because the
Okay,
Blow like
mint,
this.
yeah,
okay. Thank you for clarification about blow.
yeah, because
So
the
what does
mint
that
will
do?
it'll actually cool, so it'll feel as if it's actually in that area.
So it may help with
Wow.
some sparking of some stimulation in
Stimulation.
that particular.
It yes,
We'll
because
say
it
that
opens
real
up
loud.
those pores, so it's
So
triggering blood flow.
okay,
Because
it's
that's the whole
actually
point of
good.
mint and like
Right.
tea tree and peppermint is to
Mm-hmm.
stimulate blood flow. So if
Okay.
you put it in those areas, oh yeah, you stimulating something.
So do
Can
you
you
have
So
hold
one
that body butter so we
specifically
can
for
see it?
the feet?
So this is what the body butter looks like.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can you open the jar so we can see if it's like squishy or
Yeah, this one's actually more whipped.
oh, like whip so we can whip it. Okay, whip it on somebody.
So
Okay.
it's smooth. It glides on very, very nice. And you only need a little bit, like a very little bit, because it spreads very well.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. What do you have for the feet?
Say it again.
I'm into feet. What do you have for the feet?
Feet, you can use that body butter on your feet.
Oh, okay.
Because when I originally designed body butter, it was actually for people who have extremely dry skin, on medication, like diabetic, their skin does not stay hydrated. So when I originally designed body butter, it was for those people. So your feet is definitely one of those areas that don't stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
therefore, a little bit goes once again a very long way.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
I
on
like
that
that.
Kama Sutra. I think the feet is like the key to relaxing the whole body. Like I actually would rather like start with the feet and work the way your way up.
You're actually onto something there because I get acupuncture.
Mhm.
And a lot of the meridian channels are in your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So they also call it like reflexology. It's
Mm-hmm.
connected to your body parts, your
Yes.
erogenous zones, and things that nature. So when you're doing that with the feet, and I know we talked about in some of our topics how we have, and we kind of said for the men, but women need stimulation. A lot of our conversation that I've had with some gentlemen recently about erectile dysfunction due to their diabetic stance. A lot of men take the metformin or some other medications, the high blood, and so it's not stimulating their blood flow to their areas, and you gotta help stimulate. Besides the manual stimulation, we want to talk about what other things as far as intimacy when we do have individuals that have medical conditions, and what can we use that's more of a natural form because they are taking so many chemicals. What can we use
Yeah.
naturally? I don't know what that is. Somebody ping me.
That might have been me too, because we actually have people on the line actually
Okay.
sending texts through the line in
Oh,
reference to
really?
stuff. So we getting a little busy today.
Okay.
Um,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
But you know
So
what?
go ahead.
Go
To
ahead, Brandi.
comment on that, I actually saw something today where it says about erectile dysfunction that as a lot of men want us to ride, and when you have ED, right, it's better for you to actually be the performer because then blood flows down versus backwards because your veins are shrinking, which is why you have erectile dysfunction. So
They
if
want
you're
who
actually
to
the
be the person? The
huh,
who do they want to be the? I guess
the
The
per-
rider.
the no, they need to be the person who is actually performing. I call it performing.
the
Who?
male or the
The
female.
male.
But
Yeah,
see,
so
you know,
they
a lot,
shouldn't be the one that's relaxed. They
a
should
lot
be the
of,
one performing because that's
um,
how you, because the blood flow flows the opposite way.
okay, right here, Yes Gang TV said proper diet and some devices that don't include chemicals. That's fine. That's true. But see, actually, in about a week, actually next week, we also have someone coming on that's from actually one of the places that deal with that as well. So you are a big help this week, Brandy. You really are, because that it's going to be we're about to cover all sides of the spectrum
Hmm.
when with with you and then on next week as well. But a lot of guys don't realize, and this is the thing that pissed me off like with guys, and I be trying to tell them, like, because I definitely want to please my partner or whatever, and I try to do what I can do to keep myself healthy to do so. But a lot of men don't realize they be in their 40s talking about, shoot, man, I hold it down and all. Of like, man, do you know when you get in your 40s, your stuff shrinks? What are you doing about your stuff shrinking? You see what I'm saying? Like you said, the blood vessels get smaller. So that's why it shrinks. You see what I'm
And
And I
saying?
think
believe
a
it or
lot of
not,
times
your
men
gut.
don't want to talk about that. That's a taboo about men because they think that their penis is everything. That's their manhood. That's their
Okay. And hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, cuz you don't lose your thought.
Mhm.
Don't lose your thought. Let me just answer this line and then we're gonna I'm gonna have them quiet so you can finish saying what you were saying.
Mhm.
So who's on the line? Hello?
Hello.
Is this Granny? Hey
Yes, it
Granny.
is.
Okay,
Hi.
hey
How are you?
Granny. Hold on,
Yes.
okay. We just want you to hold on because what we're doing is we're on a live podcast, right? And I'm
Mhm.
so
Uh-huh.
happy that you called in because I want you to kick that knowledge as well. And everybody's listening, right? But right now we're just talking about Miss Brandy. She has her she's a black owned black entrepreneur, and we're talking about her product, and then we're going to get on to relationships after that. So I definitely want you on here. We're not going to be that much longer, but but even if you want to chime in and say anything about what we're talking about, of course you can. But we definitely want you to be here for the relationship. So if you could just hold on, okay? But you can
Okay, that'll be fine.
you can speak if you want to any time too. So but go ahead, cuz. What were you saying?
Shit, I'm old. I don't forgot. But basically, I do agree with Yes Gang. I was dating someone and we talked about the diet. He takes the metformin, the type of work a person does. They sit down all day or if they're active. I just want to say a positive note to someone, and that's Baldy E. Can I tell you a story, Baldy? It ain't about
Go
erectile
ahead.
dysfunction because I don't know nothing about that. So Baldy E, when I met him back in 2008, I believe, 2008, he claimed he was 250-ish pounds. Of course, you can look at him; he
Maria,
doesn't look like that. So one thing he talked about
come
was,
over to YouTube
as
at
he's
Street
gotten
Tactics
older
Radio.
and he's in the 40+ gang now, making sure that he's active and fit to keep up with the women and what they want. He being sexual chocolate with the big game and ball
Maria,
game. So he lost. How
come
much
over to
weight did he
YouTube, Street
lose?
Tactics Radio.
Down from 250 down to about 187.
So
Oh,
187.
congratulations.
Yeah, that's
So
Congratulations.
good, E.
yes,
Yeah.
bless his heart because I'm still hungry. So that's a lot of willpower on his part because
Come
his
over to
dad had
YouTube,
some
Street
health
Tactics Radio.
issues that, as we get older, we think about those health concerns our ancestors, our family members had. So he was so adamant about his health and being able to be an active person and using some things that like his diet, changed the diet completely. He's not my chicken wing partner no more. We haven't
That's
eaten
good.
pizza. He works out adamantly. I said, you better take your nap. We know we're gonna be up to 12 midnight messing around with concrete in the show. He's like, no, I gotta get my walk in. So every day he's doing stuff to make sure that blood flow. We talk about sexuality and energy and your mindset, having your mind right to get your body right so it can help with that blood flow and antics and other things. We talk about vitamins and nutrition also along with those other things. And we talked about that's why we have Brandi as well, and anybody can chime in. We want to make sure when we talk about relationship show, we're not talking about the superficial things about having a partner. We're also talking about how we can work with a partner in conjunction with what we're going to trying to build and what we can do together. So we definitely thank you. Anybody else want to chime in?
And you
Um,
gotta think it doesn't just apply just to men with erectile dysfunction. You have to think about women.
Mackenzie,
Women can
come
get
over to
dry.
YouTube, Street
They
Tactics
can
Radio.
experience dryness. I mean, depending on their health. When Brandi was talking about teeth, I mean, you gotta think about the whole teeth thing. It has something to do with your heart. I mean, if your heart is bad, I mean, how do you think everything else is?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
and that's what you kind of have to think about. You can't just say, "Oh, it's only men," because I've experienced women that had dryness issues, and they
Yeah.
were not older women, but
Uh,
their
yeah,
diet also was crap. You
yeah,
know,
see, and that's the
so
problem. Their diet be crap. They ain't drinking no water. But next time you run into that
right.
problem, just get some coconut oil.
Coconut oil
All right.
clogs up your skin.
It does. Please
Anyway,
believe it does.
Coconut oil can give you acne too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? If you use it right and you make
No,
sure the friction go on, it's gonna be
no,
gone when you're done.
no, and she gonna have
So
a
listen,
BPD,
She gonna
bacteria.
have some clogged pores. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna
Because I'm gonna
happen.
that's
tell you,
okay.
like at one time, I used to drink sodas when I was younger. I mean, I've never had any issues, but still, that's when I was younger. I mean, I'm 41 now. I would not even mess with a lot of this stuff out here now because it has all types of chemicals. I try to definitely cut back on processed foods and sweet mama will tell you, like at one time I wasn't eating any type of meat. I was eating only fish.
Mm-hmm.
Go on
I
YouTube to
was
Street
eating
Tactics
all
Radio,
vegetables.
Mackenzie.
I just started eating chicken again, but I don't think I'll be eating chicken that much longer because it costs too much.
Absolutely.
So,
Facts.
things like that. I mean, this should tell you that look how they're treating the animals. And that's a big deal. I mean, back in the day, we all grew up on meat. Our parents cooking pork chops and steaks and sweet potatoes and all types of different stuff. Even though sweet potatoes are healthy, we don't cook them healthy. A lot of times, the majority of the time, we want a fully loaded sweet potato, which,
Mm-hmm.
come on, you've already destroyed the nutritional value of it at that point.
Yeah, when
But
once
yeah, I
you get up to
mean,
a certain heat, then you killing all the vitamins and nutrients and a lot of
right,
different things. But
exactly.
Miss Brandy, Yes Gang
Yeah.
TV had asked where can they check out your products?
Oh yeah, sure. You can find my products on www.divadollsdudes.com.
And can you spell that out, please?
Divas, Divas, dolls, Dolls, dudes, Dudes.com.
Okay, and we're actually going to put it in the description as well, so they can go straight to your website. And then Dana Dane said, "Boy, do I have a story about that," but I'm not sure what she's talking about. But if she wants to call in, she can do the
Come
same.
on, Dane, call in.
Yeah,
Yes,
call
that's
in.
what
Oh
up, Dana.
man.
Yeah. So now, okay, Granny, you still on the line? Granny,
The
Granny.
number is 470-493-9928. Anybody want to call
Yeah.
in? And it's at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
We would
Hey,
love to hear your stories.
everybody that's on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. Okay, so Granny, are you still on the phone? You still on the line?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. So this is Granny, a very
Hi,
seasoned,
Granny.
mature
Hi,
Hi.
woman.
Granny.
Hi.
Okay. So Granny, we were talking about Miss Brandy's products. She has a very good line of products. And also, Yes Gang said alkaline water and quality, not processed food. That's very true. Me, I actually have an alkaline water machine, and I've had that for years.
Mm.
And it's very good to have. You know that if you know, I used to go and I actually used to sell it at one time, and then once I stopped selling it, then I used to go and refill it at a place called Good Nutrition. I would take my bottles there, but then I was like, forget this. I'm just about to buy the machine. So I went and bought a machine, and I'm on that with everything. But so what was it? Anything else you wanted to bring out, Cuzzy, with Brandy before we go
No,
on to
I
the?
mean she's staying on our panel, so as we go
Yes,
along, we'll
yes,
beg
absolutely.
her back
Don't go
in.
nowhere, Miss Brandy, because my
Okay.
cousin, she's a trouble starter. Anyway, so anyway, hey Granny,
Yes,
um,
I'm here.
yeah, we were on the phone. I think it was actually yesterday, you know, and anything that you don't want to talk about, of course, you don't have to talk about it, but anything you want to talk about, please talk about it. So, what I'm saying to you is that on this panel every week, me as a man, and when I say this to women, they always got a problem with the word duties, right? They have a problem with the word duties, and I'm tired of them having a problem with the word duties. Me as a man, I know I have duties, and I don't have a problem saying I have duties, and I do my duties as a man. But
Right.
my cousin up there, her name's Sweet Mama G, and she's always starting something when the word duties come up. What do you have to say about duties, Granny?
Well, in a relationship, everyone has to do that. This is what I believe.
Thank you. So you don't have a problem with saying that you have duties, right?
No, I don't, because if you have a man at home, you don't take care of him at home, he's going someplace else and get it.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let me ask you this. They think that I have a problem with my mate working. Although I would rather not for my mate to work. That's how I grew up. I've seen it work like that. Whereas um my mother didn't have to work. My father took care of her, right? And that's the
Right,
same thing in my marriage. When I was married, I did the same thing. I took care of my wife. She didn't have to worry about anything, right? I mean, I went out, I bust my butt for it. I had my ups and downs in life and everything, but I still did what I had to do as a man. So,
right.
that be the case. Hold on, I have to bring me. So that being the case, um, a lot of times I'll say I don't want my woman to work, but you did work, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So if you don't mind, but if you don't want to talk about the story, what was this like the story about you and your husband worked, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So but you still handled your duties, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So I really appreciate you answering this for me because we got, I mean, you are a full grown woman, been around a long time, been through a lot. And I just wanted you to let some of these younger women know. I ain't talking about you, Brandy, because we go to war every week on here. All right. So, but I just wanted them to know that that exists, and they have to come from out of it. They don't realize when they get offensive over certain words. How far are you gonna get with that? You ain't gonna get nowhere.
And the thing about it, if you're in a relationship and you are trying to accomplish something, you should be trying to accomplish this particular thing together.
Yes.
You cannot accomplish everything you want with just one person doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If your man or whoever is going out to work, if you as a woman is at home, then when he comes home, then you take care of him as a wife. Appreciate that he's going out there working and then coming home and taking care of you if he's doing his duty at home and on the job.
Thank you. Go ahead, Brandy. You sound like you look like you want to say something. Go ahead, Brandy.
I'm not, I am one of the females that don't have a problem with the word duties or submission, but it's
Okay.
about what am I submitting myself to? So if you are that guy, like I got a guy who he is about Brandi. That's my rider, right? I don't have a problem with submitting because it's easy. But if you out here and you ain't got nothing for me to submit to, then what's the point of me submitting to you? If my work game is stronger than yours, okay, that's fine for now. But what are you doing to get yourself to be the head of household? It you have to put yourself in that. The man has to put himself in a position in order to be a woman to feel like she can open herself up and submit or perform her duties. But if you just out here on some jankiness, no, ain't nobody trying to submit to that. Mm-mm.
You know what? I ain't even mad at you on that, Brandy, because that made a lot of sense.
A lot
Not
of
Yes,
saying
it does, because you know a lot of people jump into a relationship before they know the individual.
right. And see, I know that a lot of women actually really want that. Who wants to work? Who, honestly, let's be honest. Which
I
one
don't.
do all of y'all? Huh? Thank
I
you,
don't
Miss
want to work.
Leslie.
I
Right.
don't
I
want to
want to
work.
work because I want to work,
Yeah,
not because I have to
right.
work.
Absolutely.
Say that again.
Yeah, I don't want to, but
I
if
want to
I
work
have to, I
because
will.
I
But I
want
don't
to,
want to.
not because I
You
have
have
to.
to. Absolutely.
Okay. So right now, actually, I don't want to dig in your business, but I was just saying. So, but in your position
Oh
now,
Lord,
basically,
here we go.
basically, basically, you are working because you have to work. Basically, you saying. But if you didn't have to work, you won't work.
Yeah, like if I could be out here living my best life and he got everything and I'll work because like I want to get to the point where like I'm not behind the chair. But right now because I am the sole proprietor and the stylist, I have to. That's my bread and butter because I got my bills to pay. But then once we join unions and that's that household and he'd be like, baby, I got you and my business can support itself. Oh yeah, I work it. Mm-mm. I'll be out cruising or teaching somebody or something. Mm-mm.
Okay. So, but when you say living your best life, is it hot girl summer or is it
Oh no.
okay.
No. I want
Okay.
to travel. I want to see things. I want to, there is other things. I want to see like all the United States versus just Maryland and New Orleans. So, um, I want to be everywhere. I actually want to teach abroad. So if I could go do that and my salon and my products can support itself, hey, let's get it.
Yeah, I used to teach abroad too, but she was hard headed. So we just split up. But anyway, I'm just saying, no, that sounds good. That sounds really good. And I can't argue with what you said. You know what I'm saying? So but Granny, she has been such a it's such a pleasure to hear, to talk to her and to hear what she has to say because that's from the realm of what my parents came from. You understand what I'm saying? And me, it look, I know it's hard for y'all to go out there and find a man. I know it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for us to find women, but when you find that person, you stick to him or her. You know what I'm saying? And just do what you're supposed to do. Hey, cousin, could you stop twisting your lips at me like you want to say something?
She is twisted. She doing a whole lot of like.
Yeah.
I moved my screen.
Hey. So anywho, I'm just saying that I appreciate hearing because that's why I used to stay on the phone like with my mother. Like my father taught me so much. The years while he was here, he taught me. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from him. He was a hard worker, and that transferred to me. You see what I'm saying? And I saw my mother never even went to get a license. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even have his license. They was just a simple couple, and they was happy. And that's what I was brought up on, and that's what I want to live by. Like I say, even right now, I done been through all that little street stuff, and it ain't nothing out there. It ain't nothing out there. Even looking at these girls and all that stuff, I'm good on that. And then y'all talking about earlier when y'all was talking about, I think you had said something about guys looking for female. With the butts and all that. I've been through that phase. That's not what impressed me anymore.
The key word is anymore.
Right. I mean, I was immature, at times coming up, but then now I matured, and now I'm looking for something different. I'm looking for, you know, someone who's pleasant to work with. You see what I'm saying? And just not hard headed. It's so easy to find a hard headed girl out
Did
here.
he say work with?
That's what you mean by work with.
That
She
is
needs
so
to
funny.
support.
Yeah,
Work with.
What
work
does
with?
work
Yeah.
with mean? What
Okay,
does
let
that
me.
mean?
Partnership.
What does
Partnership.
it mean? No, it's not a partnership. She's
No,
my
don't
helper.
say that. You know that's not his
You
word.
should help her.
Yeah, that's that's not. She's my helper. You see what I'm saying? If you look in the Bible, it don't say partner. It say helper.
Help
Help
me.
mate.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Okay,
it right.
helpmate, whatever, mate, and she my helper
Doing duties.
doing her duties.
All our duties.
Yeah. So
Go on, get
anyway,
that for me.
so
Thank you.
that's what I want. And Granny, you know,
Yes.
you always kick the nice knowledge, and it's always a blessing to hear from you. And I would love for you to pop up on here every week. You see what I'm saying? We you know, we be talking stuff, and a lot of people come here on here every week to hear something, because you never know who you can touch. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
That is true.
And
Amen. Amen.
But I
so
have to say to that, right, real quick, they don't, how can I say? I think at a certain generation, they just stop making women like this young woman right here, that you're calling Granny.
mhm.
We not them kind of breeded women anymore,
I,
because
I beg
at
to
one
differ,
point,
because you are that woman. Because Granny
Yeah,
actually
I
gave
am
us
that
the point.
woman.
But listen, Granny actually did not do concrete statement any well. She was more on what we said. She worked, her husband worked, and they knew the duties. He
mhm,
on his side, he was like, no work, sit in the house and do your duties. When you come home, man, dingo, whatever. Climb the walls, making no noise, whatever. So she was actually for what we said, that she worked outside the home. Her husband works outside the home, and she knew her duties. He knew his duties. So he actually had her call in to support us, because it definitely did not support what his thing was. So
Can I
blue
say
on
something?
that. Nope.
Can I say something?
Nope.
You ever heard that term cutthroat?
Yep. I sure will.
Okay. Yeah. And hold on
Red
one second. I
tail.
got somebody else calling in. Hold on one second. Don't hang up, Granny.
Thank you for calling. Are you for real though? How may I help you?
Oops. Hello.
Creep.
Yes.
Hey, listen to this, right? When you keep speaking in reference to a
Okay.
woman having a big booty or a big butt,
Who this
Yes.
is?
there's nothing wrong with a woman having a physique. It's not about the woman's physique. It's about the woman's love for God, love for her spouse, honesty, trust, communication. If you don't have God in that cord, that is that threefold cord in your marriage, it's not going to work. So it's not just
Sure.
all about what you used to like, because there's nothing wrong with a woman being real and she's blessed with a nice body. It's about both of the two individuals working together as a partner. So you can put on many faces and say many things in many words, but what was your actual behavior when you was with the wife? And another thing, I'm not a broad. I'm a grown woman. Never conducted myself like one, never sounded like one, never looked like one. Check my credibility. I'm not a street girl. I'm a righteous girl. So when you speak on me, speak correctly.
Okay. Let me say this, Miss Get On Me, Miss Get On Creek. I did not mention any names when I said that. And I was not talking about you. But if you felt that shoe fit, then wear it. I'll talk nothing but good about you. I still love you. I'm not going to sit up there and talk about you, but if you feeling that way, that's not my problem. I can't change your feelings. And when I was talking about butts and stuff like that, I'm talking about I was a young boy. I was not talking about you. You wasn't the only butt on earth. There was a lot of butts out there to be seen. And I just was, you just did not get to know me when we was married. Okay.
Oh.
And again, I still love you and I won't disrespect you. But that just wasn't it. I was not talking about you. I'm doing a show right now. And I'm glad you called in. You can always call in. You're welcome to call in. But at the end of the day, I still love you. And I'm not going to disrespect you. Okay. and you know that I stood by you all that time. I did what I was supposed to do as a man, and I'm not saying you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do as a woman, but I mean, we had our time. To me, it was more happiness than bad. But if leave it up to you, it was more bad than good. But I'm gonna leave it there. Anybody else?
You
Sounds like
talking about us?
communication.
Huh?
You talking about us?
Yeah, if y'all, I mean, y'all don't have to comment on that, but I'm just saying that any other, that we can keep going on.
Oh, definitely.
I wanted to talk about breakups.
Okay, you
Somebody
can go
had a
with
breakup.
breakups. Okay, okay. What about the breakups? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's
You
on
can
you,
kick it off.
Leslie.
Sweet mama, you came up with the topic. I was loving the topic. Like I wanted you to start it off, sweet mama.
Oh well, I started off trying to get a relationship. I've been broken up, so ain't too much of me talk about breakup. I'm already broken. I can't even do nothing. I'm already broken up. Shoot, I've been broken 55 times. So shoot, I need some help so I can get somebody so I can break up to the third pound and find next one, break up
Hmm.
again and break up again, Lord.
Yeah,
Um,
well, breakups are very,
I
very
just think
tough. It's
with
tough,
us
especially
being
when you.
single
Mhm.
individuals, and thank you, the person I know who was TS who called in. That was a real moment. I was not going to interrupt that moment because a person is allowed to have their moments, and we want to, as a
And I like
panel,
the
if you
realness
don't.
of it. We always have to have different perspectives and the realness of it.
So when we have panel discussions, we don't always have to comment, and sometimes we use other people, and other people that we know, and like I said, generalize because we may not want to discuss a particular subject during the show for whatever reason. So a person or one of the hosts or guests can also use a filler of someone they know. Miss Leslie know people, Brandi know people. Um, Baldy know people, I know people. So that's why I say when I gave a scenario, um, it doesn't have to be because I could give you, oh, listen, so many stories about the men I've dealt with because that's the only type of people I deal with. Men I dealt with without putting them out there, I use different scenarios and I tone it down because on a real conversation, Brandy know me when I get my hair done, I'll be turned up that we listen to text
Yes.
because it be some real coming out my mouth because I'm censored. But and E is my bestie, so he know all day from the morning till the time I go to bed. I always got some shenanigans. But when we
We
talk
Every
about
always
week,
make Baldy E take his
every
hat
week.
off,
because
man.
every day, it's every day with me. It's every day. Even when
Granny, you
I'm
still
with
on?
Brandy, it's every
Yes,
day.
I am.
Okay, yeah, you can come in on this anytime you want.
Yeah,
Just
it's
to let us
Okay,
know.
well, my phone is beeping because you know what I was doing all day.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I have enjoyed it. But I will come. I'll call in again.
Okay.
I'll call in again,
Okay.
and I'll let you know when.
Okay.
yep.
And I'll let
Thank
you
you,
But
know
Miss
it's
Granny.
what's going
fantastic,
on.
and y'all have
Thanks,
a blessed
Randy.
night.
All right. Thank you
You
so
Blessings,
much,
too.
You
Granny.
Thank
too.
you
Granny.
for coming in
Okay then.
and
Bye bye.
All
commenting.
right.
That's gonna be me when I get old. When Willie Balls have his show, I'm gonna be on there. Turn it up. But I want our audience to know when we have our shows, we don't have to answer. And sometimes there's deflection. Some of us are more open with our lives, our sexuality, whatever, and that's on us. If Concrete, and I'm just gonna say because he's the shy one, if he chooses not to say something, or Baldy chooses not, or Miss Leslie, we're not gonna grind
Oh,
that
look,
person
Miss
into.
Leslie always gonna say something, so
Yeah, but
don't even
I'm just
include me
saying,
in that.
I want the audience to know we do have that right not to speak upon something. We also have the right to use other people in forms because one, I always start off with a mental health check. I'm all about mental health and building a positive mental health images for men and women. The point of our platform is to discuss those images because we are the ones living those daily realms of life with meeting individuals. And as we go further and elevate even higher in this life, as well as in our show, we will be meeting people and meeting them for whatever reason. We want you to know that we are real, but I don't have to always answer if I don't feel like it. Neither does Concrete, neither does Baldy, and neither does Miss Leslie. We are the actual hosts of the program. And if the guest does not want to answer, we're not going to browbeat anyone. We're not going to trigger, or hopefully we're not trigger, and if something triggers you, because there are other topics we want to go into that may trigger individuals for whatever reason. But we have to be respectful of that, and we want you all to honor that with our show, because this is our show. So we're going to get off our soapbox.
Okay, break up.
Right, be comfortable. Break up, damn it, I'm already broken. Find me a man, because I can't get no $10.
Especially when you've been with somebody a long time. Like, woo, breakups are very, very tough.
I think, and that's me, Miss Leslie, with breakups, I'm going to say, and I talk to people all the time, when you break up with somebody, you need to have a very good friend to be your sounding board, and you also, and as our community, we always stigmatize mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Don't always talk about, oh, I'm going to run to the church, the good Lord going to heal me. Okay, that's well and good about the Lord's. I get it. But I think we need to start examining our lives and maybe having a unbiased person, such as a mental health therapist, a counselor, a social worker, or join support groups. There are so many social workers out here, therapists, support groups for people. If you don't want to tell your bestie all your business, there are other things. What's your name? Baldy is my bestie, but I don't always tell him absolutely everything engulfed in my relationship with men that I deal with, because one, it ain't none of his business. Sometimes it could be a super sensitive issue for me. So I do employ people to try to get mental health for breakups now, and you see with the strain of people on social media are harming other people. They're going off the deep end.
They done snap. They want to kill you.
A lot. You know, when you give them all this fineness, and then you got to take it away.
Good.
They're going to need all this therapist.
Yeah.
So I try to ease down. Right. So I try to ease down with dealing with people, because people are highly triggered, and dealing with trying to, socially date people, trying to ease them back out of my life, because I see some issues that I was domestically in some relationship that I didn't want to be in. I start seeing those traits. I try to ease away so they hopefully don't bother me, and they go about their business and find a new fine thing to mess with and leave me the hockey sticks alone. But breakups nowadays is so weird.
Explosive. They're explosive.
People act like they can't find somebody else.
Right.
I mean, and especially cheaters. You see what I'm saying? You cheat in a relationship, but then when you break up, you act like you can't find somebody else. That's just so crazy to me.
But yes, gang, I understand. I don't think breakups is hard. Everything runs its course. Like, yeah, we understand breakups aren't hard, but it can be hard if you're dealing with somebody that's unstable.
They said they don't think breakups is hard. It definitely depends on how many years. Like you talking about people that been in a relationship.
No, I don't think that.
I don't think years. People get infatuated with all your fineness. That might trigger like,
I think, I'm gonna say this.
Man, I had a breakup for 3 days, and this. He acted like a donkey. We ain't even had
from
sex.
person to person.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it's from person to person. I mean,
that definitely is a mental health issue. If you wasn't intimate with somebody and you break up with them, they like, oh, I want you. I don't want to let you go. You be like, what? We ain't even had sex.
Or they get upset that you don't want to talk to them. And they get upset sometimes, that you don't want to talk to them, be bothered because you saw something that it's going to be a hot mess down the road. So you want to cut the road and the path off very early. And I've had that done. I'm like, good. I'm like, see, that's why I'm staying in the house and working out and trying not to eat some cookies. Because it's hard, especially as we've gotten older.
It's messy out here.
Because people be thinking that they own you. You don't own the person. You experience me, baby. You don't own me.
Right. And it's
but
hard.
I think too, a lot of people live in fantasy relationships. Right. They're in relationships with these people that paint their ideals onto this person, and you want this person to operate because of your ideals, and when they don't, you want to be like, oh my God, why are they breaking up with me, and we've been together all these times. No, y'all been broken up for a while. It's just the fact that
You
you
ain't see it.
chose to stay, and then you chose to see what you wanted
One,
to
two.
see in that relationship. So I think a lot of people are more in situationships than they really are living in relationships, and
Brandon,
that's
using
why
my
the
words.
breakups are so
Right.
hard because the other person is like, wait, where did all this come from? And the
It was
red
always
flag was
there.
there like the
One,
whole
two.
entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear
But
me?
I agree.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can.
All right.
But I agree with Brandy. I mean, I think the red flags are there way before you even get
Mm-hmm.
close to a breakup. People just don't want to see it.
Yep.
Exactly.
And just
One,
looking
two.
at the way the world is, when you hear people mentally abusing you, especially when people are physically abusing you,
And
when you
emotional,
see,
emotional part is
right,
hard
when
as
you
well.
see things that are unbecoming of a mate and you still decide to stay, you're okay with the abuse at that point. You're okay with it. You're
You're agreeing
denying
with it.
yourself, right? You're denying yourself the happiness that everybody deserves happiness from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yep.
no person I will ever say doesn't deserve happiness, but
Right.
you know if someone's making you happy or not. And we're not talking about the superficial things. We're not talking about that. The money. We're not talking
Right.
about that. If you can't be happy with somebody in an apartment that just got electric and y'all looking at each other all day and night,
Mm-hmm.
that person's not for you. If you can't be happy with regular things that occur in a normal Saturday, going grocery shopping, running errands, or whatever, and you can't be happy with that person, that's not the person for you. If the only time you're happy is when you and that person are, oh, y'all going to the Bahamas, or they going out to dinner, or nah, man, like that's not the person for you.
And
You
you
gotta
gotta
look
also
deeper
be
than that.
careful too, what you're saying it too. People have attachment disorders. People
Oh,
who,
definitely.
Most
I mean, that's a
definitely.
whole mental health thing we talk about, even on a
Yeah.
personal, professional level, attachment disorders. And you got to
Right.
be careful because you give people too much. They think you're so nice, you're so this. Oh, I only want to talk to sweet mama. When no, you don't, because I don't want to talk to you. So I come off abrasive off the
I,
top.
I'm gonna tell y'all this too. I know I was quiet, but I had my phone went out. I mean, my camera went out, and then I just hooked up another camera. But I also made a mistake and knocked the audio out. So now I'm back with the foolishness. Um, did y'all read Yes Gang comments? He said, "I don't think breaking up is hard. Everything
Yep,
Yeah.
I read it.
underscores
Yep,
Yeah.
okay."
I read it.
And then also, there's nothing wrong with being with men being visual. Y'all read that as well, right?
Mm.
Yeah, visual.
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, and that's good, but we're talking about attachment disorders. People get attached to you so fast, your fineness, your beauty, your beard, your baldness. They looking at your outer shell. You could be the finest person on the screen because there's five good looking people on the screen, but you could
You
have the
know
Thank you,
ugliest
cousin.
what's interesting about
inside.
that is that I think y'all like I was online dating for like a second, and I posted the picture. I was on tag.
Mm,
This guy literally described my beauty from A to Z, and I went on the website for 2 minutes
mm-hmm,
and was like, "Yes, I want to talk to you, and I want to marry you, and I want to do blah blah blah." And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
"Oh look, Control Alt Delete." I had to I literally exit the site, like literally,
So
because
did
I'm
that
like,
scare you?
did it? I literally deleted my account after I rated. Like I was like, nah, I want no parts because I understand there's thirsty people out there. They just looking for someone to like just hook up with, or maybe someone that they want to fall in love with. But you describe my beauty from A to Z. That lets me know that you have attachment problems.
Mm-hmm. A fantasy. A lot of people in the
Yes.
fantasy, and we talked about how we had all these men that, before the pandemic, and really over the pandemic, it's gotten weird. They use like porno and these fantasy women that they want to be with, and they, got all these fantasies of what's supposed to happen because of what's going on in real life, and it really doesn't happen. It's about the fantasy. We like when I used to have my singles group, we talk about higher elevations of sex and dealing with people. And these men talk about, I'm going to come and wrap my thing around your throat and swirl in the air like a helicopter. And
Oh
then they get
Lord.
there, they got ED and need some of Brandy Rose hemp oil to help them bless us together. So I'm wringing it like a rag. So, we talk about different things like that when people are creating, we use the word today, we would talk about contract, fictitious image of themselves, that they're the best lovers, they're the best cooks. I got the best women juicy juice in the ever. And I've had, like, I got several god brothers, and they treat me like I'm their homeboy god brother. They're talking about this woman, talk about how great she was, and her stuff was trash. All this
Can you
stuff,
hear me?
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Then she become trash.
Okay.
And then we talked about, like, with men, I may give E a scenario like, yo, this dude was trash. I could have stayed home. I could have been home watching Good Times and eating me some food. And this all the stuff, and it's like, oh look, but they tried to mentally stimulate me, but then in the physical realm couldn't stimulate anything. I couldn't, not all the rose hemp in the world that Miss Brandi would have sold me and body booty butter would have got us together. But that's just a mental, and they are fantasize about. Remember the word we used today, Baldy, when we were talking about contract, fictitious. People,
Right.
man. Oh, I got all the stuff. Oh, I got the Cadillac. I got all my teeth. I got my joints. I got all these pills
But
and
see, you
whatever.
need the full circle. You
Right.
need everything. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, I got the mental, but I don't have the physical," or "I have the physical and no mental." It's not gonna work. I mean, in no world will that ever work. I mean, if you got too much
So
mental, but then physically you're not able to please someone. And when I say please, within a reasonable realm of pleasing, we're not talking about some porn movie type pleasing. We talking about a reasonable amount. Oh, I'm sorry, sweet
let me let me
mama.
let me ask y'all this: what is the top three things that a person has to have to spark y'all interest into moving forward?
Who want to go first?
Go ahead, Miss Brandy. You the guest. We're gonna let you go first.
So I can tell you from my fella, his top three was his heart, his mystery, and then his Johnson.
Okay. Well, I tell you, that cousin of mine, boy, as soon as you say a Johnson or something like this, and you just see these,
I'm like, I'm curious.
oh,
Go
I know.
ahead.
That was it. That was what got me.
Okay,
Okay.
so okay, you just said his heart, right? But in order for you to find his heart, or to see what his heart is about, that means you have to spend a little bit of time.
Oh yeah, I've known him for 8 years, but we've actually
Oh,
been
you talking about
dating
somebody?
for four.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. So I was thinking some. I was just like thinking when you first meet somebody, but you talking about somebody that you
Oh,
build a
off the
friendship
break.
with. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, in general. Oh, I told you height, teeth. The
Hmm.
height,
Teeth.
teeth, and then you got to have a job. You got
Okay.
to. You,
Wait a minute, Brandy, but you know what? What's so funny is when a lot of women meet men, the men don't have no jobs and they get everything. And when I say they get everything, they get the whole plate. They get the steak, they get the potatoes, they get everything. They get to drive the car. Oh, you're gonna drop me off at work even though you don't have a job. You're gonna drop me off at work. And me and Sweet Mama talk about this all the time. Like, what is it that draws a professional woman into a man that doesn't come with any type of job, doesn't come with anything, not doing nothing, not going to school, they're smoking, you giving them weed money. I mean, what
you know
draws a
what?
woman to that man?
I can actually answer that, and I'm not gonna mention any names, but I do know someone who actually is in that situation,
Really?
and she recognize she like will
Tell
go
her.
above and beyond for this dude, and I'm like, why are you coming off your pedestal if he not trying to come where at least to the stage with something? Why are you going down there to get him? So she said to me, she was like, it's his potential. But I'm like, oh, okay, but potential can't provide for you. Potential can, I mean, I get it. She was like, I want him to see his potential. But the problem is that he has to see his potential.
Right.
Well, that's
Right?
when that's
For
when
it to
it
work.
comes that's when it comes to women trying to build a man.
Yes. And I'll tell him like,
Yep.
you can't fix him.
Can
No.
somebody come build me? I would love for somebody
Ah,
to say,
uh
But I think
yeah,
a lot of people do that and they have that I call it a wanter button. They want to fix everybody.
right.
And
Well,
you have to figure out that you have to fix you and why you want to fix other
the
people.
hero syndrome.
Yes.
yeah. And Simply 10 said intelligence, manners, and trust is, I'm guessing, her three things that she was saying
but
that will attract her to a man.
you
And
know,
then
it is a
Dana said
beautiful
something, women of desperation or whatever. But go ahead.
it is a beautiful thing that women say these things that they want, but then we see the men that they're with, and we be like, wait a minute. And Concrete can probably he can
Oh yeah,
probably
yeah.
definitely get my back on this one.
Oh yeah,
That these women say all this, right? They'll say, "Oh, I want this type of guy. I want him to be 6'1". I want him to be 6'4". I want him to be an attorney, a doctor." He ended up being, and nothing against anybody's profession, but he'll
Pookie.
end up
He's
having
Pookie.
no job at all, no
Right.
place to live, live with his mama,
Jack all
or
trades.
Huh?
right, but he'll
You,
have no place to live. A woman will provide a place for him to live. She'll provide money for him. And it's just, why when you put all that into a guy that already has a piece of something and then grow that? And if you see, oh man, he going to school, he's trying to do better, he's working every day. Maybe he's not at the point where he's making six figures, but he's working. He's trying to
He's
do
trying to come up
something.
to the level.
Right, right. He's treating you good. He has a place where both you guys can lay your heads. But a lot of women, you don't see that. Women say what they want, but then they'll go do something. It's almost like you saying, I want a Gucci bag, but then you go to Walmart and buy a little handbag from Walmart. I mean, that's basically what they're doing. And why is that? I ask Sweet Mama that all the time. And she
Because
almost
they
giving
don't know
me
their worth.
this. Yeah.
well, some women. Why is my hand bleeding?
Go ahead,
Some
speak
women.
on concrete.
Yeah. I did something over here, and I jacked my hand up, and I ain't even know it until just now. But anyway, um, hold on. We got another call coming
You
in.
want to get
Hold
a
on one
band-aid
second.
for that?
Hello. How can we help you? You want to make some comments on here?
Hi, DJ Concrete. This is Dana.
Hey, Miss Dana, how you doing?
Hey, Dana.
Oh, Dana. Okay.
Hey, hey.
Thank you for calling in.
Hi. First of all, I want to say that
We can't hear her.
You can't hear her?
No.
Nah.
I can hear.
It's real low.
I'll try to turn it up. Go ahead. Say something, Dana.
wait a minute. You know what? Let me get out. Can you hear me now?
Can y'all hear her?
It's still kind of low.
I think it's coming
Really
through
low.
your headphones, but not through the stream.
Huh.
Because I don't have anything on. I just called in and had you guys on speaker.
Okay. That's crazy. It might be something on my end just this time because what happened was I made a mistake and knocked the cord out and it threw things off. But can y'all hear her talk? Just try to say something, Dana.
Can you hear me?
We can
Y'all
say
can't
can
hear?
you hear, but it's low. Can you
Yeah,
internal
very
put your
faint.
headphones
Yeah.
Huh.
to the mic so we can hear?
Yeah, could you put the phone up closer to the mic or something?
Um. Yeah. Let's try that. Say something, Dana.
Put on speaker.
Say something, Dana.
Can you put on speaker?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me try that. Hold on. Hold on one second. Uh. Say something, Dana.
Hello, something. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's
Yep,
better.
better.
Yeah.
that's better.
Go ahead and
Okay. So now I can't hear them. So can you kind of translate for me?
sure. You go ahead and say what you got to say, and then I'll switch it back so they. Oh, that's right. They can't. Well, I'll switch it back so then you can hear them. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
guys were talking about health and erectile dysfunction, and I said I had a story. So I want to say real quickly, just to touch upon the story, because I was over here screaming
Right.
when you guys were talking about that. I was actually dating someone that I was in love with, and I had to end the relationship because he was suffering from ED. And I kept encouraging him to go to the hospital or to go see the doctor, and he wouldn't go to the doctor. And I ultimately had to end that relationship because I felt like being a 50-plus-year-old man, and I understand how men, specifically black men, are when it comes to the doctor and things like that. I was greatly concerned, but he didn't seem to be concerned about it. So I had to end the relationship because it didn't seem to me that his health was important to him. And then he was in a situation where he ended up having to go to the doctor and almost losing his life. And now he's all better now and things like that.
Oh, wow.
But it's funny when you talk about that, how I had to make a decision on leaving someone that I actually loved and cared enough about to encourage him to do that, but he just refused to go to the doctor. And I thought that was really selfish. So when we talk about teeth and all of these other things, having a man that feels like his health is important is just sexy. It's funny how when you get into the 50-50 club, how different things are sexy. Like
Right.
man going to the doctor and going to the dentist and that kind of thing. It's kind of sexy. It's kind of cool because those things are important.
Yeah, you see, he's trying to take care of himself, and so you find that sexy. I get it. Now, did you want to say anything else? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click it back so that you can hear everybody else. Hold on one second.
I got one for that.
Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. Can you hear everybody, Dana? Okay. So she says she can hear y'all now, right? So go ahead, Baldy.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak from a man's point of view. I'm not 50, but I'm in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, you're right. Black men don't go to the doctor, and it should be more of a rally to push black men to go to the doctor because things do happen. Prostate cancer is a real thing. Colon cancer, real thing. It happens to a lot of our people. Every year, people die from things like that. Uh, a lot of men don't take care of themselves. They have a phobia about going to the doctor. They don't want to know. But women also have to do what you did. If a man does not care enough about himself, how can you be with that man physically? How can you say, I want to lay down and have sex with a guy that does not care about himself enough to go to the doctor and at least get checked out and see what's going on? Even if nothing's wrong, still go to an annual appointment to get checked out. And I think that's for any man.
I agree with you, E. And let me say this, and this is a real situation. Well, first of all, let me tell y'all this. Our next guest next week, right, is going to be so detrimental to what we're talking about right now. And they actually, that's what they do. And what happens is a lot of guys, and it's funny because I'll be talking to them. I'm always trying to school, people, especially my loved ones. I try to school them, or just guys in general about like we got to remember the foods, the air, the stress, and everything. We got people that's 20 years old and their testosterone levels are low.
Right.
Out of all of what we're going through. So, y'all know I ain't gonna hold nothing back. It happened to me because I'm 49 years old, but I like to take care of myself. But every time, everything ain't gonna just even you working out and all that stuff, it just ain't gonna come back like it should. So me personally, I know myself, and I remember waking up in the mornings and I'm a very active person. I was waking up in the mornings, right, and then it only happened for a short time though. Waking up in the mornings, and I was like, having to pry myself out of the bed. I'm saying something ain't right, and then just the stresses of being a man, just really doing man duties, taking care of what I had to take care of, right. So I was waking up, I was tired. It was like no energy. And then y'all see all these commercials. Hey, take this men, for their either immune systems or whatever, testosterone. Well, me again, I like to take care of myself. So I went to a place, right? And where this is where Dana with his that guy should have went, and they will test all your blood. They'll test your blood. They'll test all the levels. My testosterone had gotten low due to stress and just my age and everything. So I went and I got the testosterone replacement. That's real. You know what I'm saying? And it changed my life again. It made me. I mean, even women, y'all can go. I mean, they had this whole setup for y'all. And next week, the lady name is Sarim. She actually, that's what she does for a living. She works at the place, and so she's going to be on here next week. And so men better be on here. I'm telling y'all, it's going to change our life, and it's going to give you energy. You're going to actually drop weight because now your metabolism is back working with the way it's supposed to be. Your junk is definitely going to get back and working the way it needs to be. But then you can't just sit around. You're gonna have to work out. You're gonna have to keep a clean mind because that's another thing. Watching porno and everything that damages you mentally. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be looking at it like, oh, I need to be doing that. You can't do it. It's film. It's editing. Just like we were talking about last week. But when she comes on, she's gonna be able to tell y'all everything. And I'm talking about from a woman's perspective as well as a man's perspective. And they are really good. And I go there. I make sure I'm on point. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're going to have a woman, you can't be selfish. That's what I mean. I don't know that man from Adam or whatever, but my woman, I want to be able to please her and do what I have to do for myself because it's going to keep me healthy and please my mate. So next week, make sure y'all here. I mean, we still got a little bit more to talk about, whatever, and we want to end it whenever we need to. But I'm telling y'all, definitely do that and make sure y'all are here because this is like real situations. So, but go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry, and thanks Dana for calling in with that. And next week, if you call in again, it's going to be on point. That was just my fault. I knocked the cord out and it just didn't link back up.
Definitely, all the men out there, go get a physical.
Yeah,
Like,
go.
go get a physical. I mean, if you got health insurance, go get a physical. Even if you don't, go get a physical through the
Right.
state or wherever you're at. Get a physical.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna leave y'all with this as well. The testing that they do at these facilities is better than when you go to your doctor. It's proven. I'm telling y'all, I hate even going to the doctor because it's a joke. Because I just recently went through it. Like they were showing me what my readouts were there, way better than my doctor. The doctor, all they want to do is just hit you on your knee with the little thing, and all that's fake. You know what I mean? That's back 1950s, 60s. Don't even make sense. And then because each test that you want is going to cost them more money, but they don't care because they're going to charge you whatever they want to charge you and still won't give you what you're supposed to get. Whereas though the place where I'm telling you, and they have them in Maryland, but the people that I'm going to have on here next week, y'all can actually order the stuff straight from them. Y'all can get your blood test. They can order all that stuff wherever you are and ship it out to you wherever you are. I'm telling y'all, get on. I mean, the women and men, pay attention next week.
But you
And
know
thank
what?
y'all for paying attention to Miss Brandi as well.
You know what, Concrete? A lot of people are diabetic, don't know it.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people out here that are diabetic, regardless if you're fat, skinny, whatever. You can
Mm-hmm.
still be diabetic and don't know it.
Right.
And I mean, people get their feet cut off, other limbs cut off, and
Yes.
I mean that's real. I mean that's not. And I've known enough nurses, and sweet mama know I know enough nurses where listen,
How you know the nurses
Trust me,
are? If you don't
I
mind me
know the
asking,
nurses.
how you know the nurses?
oh, you know,
You in the
me,
business of
yeah,
nurses and stuff? Like you be running nurse
nurses,
searching or something?
doctors. I mean, PAs.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Uh-huh.
any of
Oh,
that.
we
But
listening.
anyway,
How
Yeah.
know?
that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother
He's
show.
a he's
But
an
you know what's
agent
interesting
for
is that is
nurses.
actually another show because like I have PCOS, right? And they keep telling me, oh, just go to your general practitioner. Your general practitioner is just that, a general practitioner.
Right.
I have needed to have gone to an endocrinologist, somebody who specializes in what's really specifically going on with you. And that's why my grandma used to tell me, like, when you get older, you got a doctor for everything, right?
Yeah.
A knee,
That's
a
true.
foot, a ear, nose, and throat. So everybody keeps pushing. Oh, just go see your general doctor, but that's not what he specializes in. He's just like, oh yeah, all right, it's good. Let me check your heart rate. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. But what's really going on with you? You need a specialist. I think after a certain point, we don't talk about that. Like, we need to know that at a young age, like when you start having issues, to go see a specialist and not be afraid to see that specialist. Doesn't mean that there's generally something wrong, but you're trying to prevent something from being
Right.
wrong.
That's their specialty. That's their specialty. That's what they went
Exactly.
specifically to school for. They
Right.
went for to be that specialist, a
Right.
dermatologist, a podiatrist. I mean, a cardiologist. I mean, you don't say your general doctor may say, "Oh, well, we don't see nothing wrong with your heart." But if you're having issues, if something is going
There's
on with you,
something
you
else wrong.
can't. Right? Don't just say, "Oh, well, he said ain't nothing wrong." No, go ahead. That's why you have health insurance. Most
Right.
of us have health insurance, and all we're doing is just paying into it, and that's it. We're just paying. Oh, we see this amount coming out of our check, or however we are.
Right.
Even entrepreneurs, you're paying a premium, but you're not even using half of it.
Right.
You
And see
know,
another thing. I'm sorry, E, go ahead.
yeah, Sweet Mama and I talk about that all the time. Use your benefits. Use
Right.
whatever you have. Use that benefit. If it's an
They
eye doctor appointment, going to the
right.
eye doctor, your eyes are so serious where they can actually tell if you're diabetic from your eyes,
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
They I go to places like
Mm-hmm.
that and they can look at your eyes and tell what your health is.
Right, exactly. But go ahead, Brandy.
No,
Oh, was it
okay.
Brandy or Creek?
Now I
Creed.
was just gonna say there's because being self-employed,
Right,
there are places you like people be talking about, yeah, I got benefits. Like you paying for them. Like you can
right,
literally
exactly.
they have insurance like the same company that approached your job, you as an entrepreneur or business owner, whatever, you can go
Right,
approach
right,
them and set it up. And the more people you bring on, the less y'all pay. It's the
Yeah.
same
right.
thing like your job. They like and they acting like they give me benefits. They ain't giving you nothing. You paying for.
You
That's
Right.
true.
exactly right.
But a lot of people don't use benefits. A lot of people say,
Right.
"Oh, well, I got benefits. Why you don't use them? Why you don't go to the dentist? You got dental benefits. Why you don't
Right.
go?" Oh,
Right.
I'm scared. Scared of what? You scared of somebody that might be able to save your life?
Right.
I
It's wild
mean,
out here in these streets.
oh, definitely.
Very.
But
So
y'all go sleep with them. Then put their mouth on you.
I know she
Ooh, I
wasn't
got
talking to
quiet
me.
on that one. Oh
No,
Lord.
I'm just saying I know you wasn't talking to me though.
That's
I'm talking to
creepy.
everybody on
That's
whoever.
creepy.
I ain't
That's
say nothing about
creepy.
Creek, nothing. I'm
That's a
talking
Oh,
about
okay.
creepy
whoever.
As long
thing.
as you ain't put the name on there, cousin.
No, I'm just saying people will allow that to happen in those conversations. We talking about getting to know people. That should be something that's at the beginning of your conversation. Hey, how's your health? When last time you been to a doctor's, had an AIDS test, had a full physical? Cause you might have put in a lot of work. I don't want you to die up in my house. I got to roll you outside and put a little rum on you and say you was drunk and fell down the steps. So
And
we
my
want to
thing,
make sure that you're having those conversations. And I know E and I talk about all the time, going to get tested for STDs
together.
together. So you're not, oh, well, that's a fake paper. Show me your last blood work or however you get the connection. But you're so fast to put your mouth on people, or they put their mouth on you. And then they got yuck mouths, the teeth ain't done, they ain't had a dental appointment. Now ask me, when the last time you had a dental? I had braces, so of course I paid the grip with my insurance, so my mouth is cute. But talking to men, I'd be like looking at their mouth like, oh Lord, don't look like the what's that man? The Texas, the what's his name? Penny. looking like pinhead mouth. So it's just like
But
the health, along with intimacy. Some of my teeth might be smelling. You know, we talk about your
Damn.
tongue, scraping your tongue. You have the
Right.
chemicals you put on your
Well,
body.
a
So
lot of that stuff be people's colon too. They need to cleanse
hey,
that
they need
colon.
cleansers.
but you know what? I'm gonna tell you, Cree, a lot of men won't go get their colon checked. They
It
No.
won't
makes
go
them
get
feel some
checked.
type of way.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
that's
ain't no,
gay.
right.
Really? Really?
Listen,
Sir?
you go to the doctor and do what you gotta do. Listen, I'm telling you, I will
If you feel like
never.
it's begging, then get a woman to do it. I tell you.
Right.
Right. That's about right. Because none but your erogenous zones, your G spot. So that's where we're at with that. So do we have any final wrapping comments before we're gonna put Brandy's information up again. Crete, I can't type in the chat. I don't know why. But we'll have Brandy do her final wrap up with her information. Let's do a round robin. Any final thoughts about what we talked about? Build a bed, build a man.
Build a man.
E, so we build a man.
I know, no, because he might not be ready to be built.
Mm,
Find somebody that's compatible that you're able to accept who they are today. If you're not able to accept who that person is today and say 20 years from now, I'm going to still be happy with that person, pass them by.
okay. Praise the Lord. Miss Leslie, you have any final wrap
Well, I
ups
never
about
get
build a
this. I
man?
got to say what my three things were, but mine are communication, kindness, and chivalry. I just want to be treated like a lady.
Okay. So anything about build a man? You out here building men, Miss
I'm not trying to
Leslie?
build no man. Been there, done that. You can't build them. They have to come already ready, and but I'll just check them off the list until I get the right one.
Okay. Concrete. Said your sisters and your cousin be out here building men's up.
Nah, they ain't trying to do that. And I definitely, if I know about it, me loving them, I want to have my 2 cents to put in there. And then, thank you for asking me that question. But I'm gonna go back to what you said earlier, talking about Granny helped y'all. She ain't helped you.
She did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she
No,
did. Because
she.
Grant said
I
she
know
went
why.
to
I know
school
why you said
working.
that. But to my point, Granny was saying that she told me the story like she was working, and because she had to work because unfortunately the guys exactly what y'all talking about right now. He didn't stand up to what he needed to do, but Granny remained feminine, and she did what she was supposed to do,
You said
and she had
timid?
her duties. Feminine,
Oh, feminine.
yes.
What does that?
So
Well, hold on. Now you done made another new show.
go ahead.
Why you say she remained feminine? What does that mean?
Because feminine
Oh,
in her
Lord.
place, and she didn't, because that's why next week I'm gonna make sure that video I'm gonna be able to pull up, because that video, this lady was like a dude. Like, I'm not about to sit up there and be talking to no woman or whatever, and she like a dude up in the house. You know what I'm
All
saying? Like, if
right.
you don't fit your
Okay, it's
tired
nothing wrong with that. But you have
Thank you,
what?
to
everyone.
earn that respect to have that respect.
Oh, so she should act like a dude.
I didn't say that. But at the
I'm
same
talking
time,
about. Go
you
ahead.
talking about that particular lady, but we talking about back to Granny. She remained feminine, and that's wonderful. We all can remain feminine, however you want to see it. Maybe that man liked her being rough. You don't know what that crazy video, because I know what you're talking about because you sent it to
Yeah,
me.
that lady all rough up in there. Like, who? I don't
Granny
want
was
her.
actually on
She
our
out
side.
in the kitchen wringing out rags like a dude.
We bring rags, we bring the man more than one way than the rags. So,
Oh
um,
yeah, I know about you. The ringing. I'm gonna leave it alone.
that's another nighttime story,
I'm
bedtime
gonna,
story.
I'm gonna leave it alone, cousin. But
Yo, cause
anyway,
Brandy know. Look how she said, "Hush." She already know. Yeah, she know the
anyway,
stories.
anyway, I want to thank everybody in the
Yes.
comment sections on the live for coming through. Y'all know how we do it every week. Never a dull moment, but we are going to add on a Monday, but it's only going to be a 30-minute show, right? And we'll let y'all know when that's going to pop off, which is going to be soon. And then this show is about growth, and we're going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
For
and
sure.
that growing includes you guys that in the comments. We small now, but we deserve to be big. All of us, everybody in the
Mm-hmm.
comments, and all of us on this panel. So we're gonna make it happen.
Thanks
So
for
thank you,
joining us.
everyone.
Peace out.
So
All
now
right.
we're gonna wrap up. Hold on, we gotta thank our guest Brandi. Can you give us your website one more time and the
Yes.
name of your business and what you said?
Sure. So the name of the business is Diva Dolls and Dudes Hair Salon, and the website is www.divasdollsdudes.com.
Thank
Okay.
you. She said her
Oh, and you can
network.
find me
Thank
on
you.
Instagram, Brandi with an I underscore loves underscore color.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes,
thank you
Brandi.
for being
Thank
our
you.
guest. We definitely gonna
Thank
try
you,
out some of them
Brandy.
products, Brandy.
Yeah, I want to
Anytime.
get
Our
some of
Thank
that
you,
products.
Brandi.
massage oil.
And thank you for being our guest on the panel. We like to thank you. I'm Sweet Mama G. We had Baldy E, Wave Baldy. Thank you so much. Miss Leslie and DJ Concrete. And thank you for our special guest, Brandy, for our relationship show. And what is it called? Are you
Are
for
you
real
for
though?
real
The
though?
real
Comes out
though.
Real
next
though.
Friday. Make sure you go onto YouTube, Street Tactics Radio. Make sure you subscribe. Also hit that bell for notifications.
Please
So
subscribe.
when we start doing our quickie shows, you can come get a quickie on Mondays. So it'll hold you over to our Friday topics. So peace and love. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Also,
Have a good one.
we'll make
Have
sure
a good
Miss
night, guys.
Brandi.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, and we're gonna make sure Miss Brandy's information is in the description,
Yes.
and y'all can go and make sure y'all order support that business so it can grow. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
everyone. Have a great night. See you next time. Quickie, quickie, quickie,
Bye.
All right.
quickie.
See y'all.
Bye.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.